What is a sentence? How is it different from a clause and a phrase? A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. A clause is a group of words which may or may not make complete sense. When a clause makes complete sense, it is called the independent or the main clause. A clause that does not make complete sense is called the dependent or the subordinate clause. A phrase is a group of words which does not make complete sense. Example: Sam teaches English. A sentence and an independent clause. Sam loves English, which is not his first language. A sentence that consists of an independent clause. Sam loves English. A dependent clause, which is not his first language, and a phrase, his first language. How is a phrase different from a clause? A phrase is a group of words which makes incomplete sense. It does not contain a subject or a finite verb. A clause is a group of words which may or may not make complete sense. It contains a subject and a finite verb. Example: Sam loves English, which is not his first language. There are two clauses in this sentence, namely, Sam loves English and which is not his first language. In Sam loves English, Sam is the subject and loves is the finite verb. In which is not his first language, which is the subject and is the finite verb. There is a phrase in this sentence, namely, his first language. It does not contain a subject or a finite verb. What is the distinction between a subject and a predicate? A sentence consists of a subject and a predicate. The subject is what one speaks about. The predicate is what one says about the subject. Example: Sam teaches English. Sam is the subject. Teaches English is a predicate. The subject is usually a noun or a noun phrase. Example: Sam writes poems. Sam is a subject and Sam is a noun. The man writes poems. The man is a subject and it is a noun phrase. The predicate is a verb followed usually by the object and the complement. Example: Sam writes poems regularly. Writes poems regularly. That's the predicate. It's verb plus object plus complement. Writes is the verb, poems is the object, regularly is the complement. What is the difference between a subject and an object? The subject governs the verb. The object receives the action of the verb. Example: the lion killed the deer. In this sentence, the lion is a subject that governs the verb killed. The deer is the object of the verb killed. How is the active voice different from the passive voice? In the active voice, the subject performs an action. In the passive voice, the subject undergoes an action. Example: the lion killed the deer. The subject, the lion, performs an action. Therefore, the voice is active. The deer was killed by the lion. The subject, the deer, undergoes an action. Therefore, the voice is passive. What is the difference between a transitive verb and an intransitive verb. A transitive verb transmits action from the subject to the object. An intransitive verb does not transmit action, as it does not have an object. Example, I laid the book on the table. The verb laid transmits an action from the subject I to the object, the book. Therefore, it is transitive. I lay in bed all day. The verb lay transmits no action. Therefore, it is intransitive. What is the difference between a main verb and an auxiliary verb? The main verb is the final verb in a verb phrase. The verb phrase is a sequence of an auxiliary verb and a main verb. The auxiliary verb helps the main verb. Example, Sam has taught English before. Has taught is a verb phrase. Has is the auxiliary verb and taught is the main verb. What is the difference between a finite verb and an infinitive? The finite verb shows tense and agrees in person and in number with the subject. It could be a single verb or a verb phrase. The infinitive does not show tense and remains unaffected by person and number. The infinitive is a sequence of two followed by the base form of a verb. The base form of a verb is one which is not changed according to tense, number, and person. Example, Maria loves to sing. Loves is the finite verb. To sing is the infinitive. When the finite verb in the previous example changes in tense, and in number, and in person, as in the following examples, the finite verb reflects these changes, while the infinitive does not. Example, Maria loved to sing. They loved to sing. I loved to sing. The finite verb changes. Loved, love, loved. The infinitive to sing does not change across these sentences. What is the distinction between the present participle and the gerund? Both the present participle and the gerund are ing forms of a verb, ing forms. The present participle is used to form continuous tenses and to act as an adjective. The gerund is used in the place of a noun. Example, he was walking towards me. Walking is a present participle in the verb phrase, was walking, which is in the past continuous tense. After the accident, I had to use a walking stick. Walking is a present participle, which functions as an adjective, which qualifies the noun stick. Walking is a good exercise. Walking is a gerund, as it functions as a noun, which governs the verb is.